Hey guys, welcome along. Thanks very much for watching this video. If you're watching a replay of this video, if you could drop in hashtag replay in the comments, that helps me a lot. This way, I know who've been watching it on the replay. Thanks very much for joining in today for the training. If you will get value from this training, please do share this video and comment shared below in the comments, so this way I can thank you personally for sharing. Hey Evgenia, welcome along. So today I wanted to share with you the 7 mental laws of success. If you use these, they will help you greatly in building your business. Hey Elena. In your business, in your personal life, in your career, you can use this all the time and actually get in a better psychological place when you use these laws. So hi Agne. So guys, if you're joining in the first time, if you're watching one of my videos for the first time, please let me know in the comments, so again I can connect with you and get to know you better. Also, if you could please put your favorite emoji in the comments. So this way I know that you are watching and that you're listening. So put your favorite emoji in the comments for me, please. Okay, so let's get down to business, right? So the first mental law is the law of cause and effect, right? So the law of cause and effect says that everything in your life happens for a reason, right? So there is no accidents, there is no things that happen by chance. Everything happens for a reason. And success in life also doesn't happen by accident. Success only happens on purpose, right? So if you do not have successful life or successful people around you, there's a reason for that, right? So if you do what successful people do, the chances are you will get the results that successful people get. Hey Carolina, hey Julie, welcome along to the call. Thanks for watching. So basically, the main thing here for this law, for the law of cause and effect, is that thoughts are causes and conditions or situations that were in life are effects. So if you don't like where you are right now today, if you don't like the car that you're driving, if you don't like the house that you're living, if you don't like the job that you have, that's an effect, right? But the cause is your thoughts. So you have to change your thoughts in order to change the effects, right? You need to change the cause in order to change the effect, right? So if you want the new conditions in your life, you need to change your thinking. You need to adopt the new thinking, right? So that's law number 1. The second law is law of control. And law of control says that we feel positive to the degree to which we feel in control of our lives and of the situations within our lives, right? And there's this theory of locus of control where some people have internal locus of control, where they believe that they are responsible for things that happen in their life, right? They're responsible for their success, they are responsible for their failures, they're responsible for basically things that happen. But other people have what is called external locus of control, whereas basically they blaming everything else for everything in their life. So if they have got a bad situation in their life, or they're not in the job that they like, etc., they will basically blame everything else. They'll blame the government, they'll blame their parents, they blame their spouses, they'll blame the economy, they'll blame everything, but of course not themselves, right? Because they have external locus of control. And people who have this external locus of control, who blame everything else, they have a lot higher levels of stress because they feel that they are being controlled by other people or by other circumstances, etc., right? But people who have the internal locus of control, hey Nick, welcome along to the call. But people who have internal locus of control, they feel a lot happier because they know that I am in control of what happens in my life, right? They don't blame somebody else because they know if I blame somebody else for conditions in my life, then I'm giving them the control over my life. Hey Benson, welcome along. So this way we can create much more happiness, and we can create better results by becoming internal in terms of control, by taking responsibility basically for our life. So the only thing that you can really control in life is actually your thoughts, what happens inside your head. Because if you start controlling what you think about, for example, if you start thinking positively instead of thinking negatively, then guess what? You start seeing changes in your life. One of the things that I do, and sometimes people think that I'm crazy for doing that. Hey Joy, welcome along. Sometimes people think that I'm crazy for doing that, is that I don't watch television news, I don't read newspapers, and I don't listen to news on the radio when I'm driving my car. And people think, oh, you're crazy, why would you not do that, right? But if you think about it, what is the news full of? What is the newspapers full of? It's full of negativity. It's full of bad things. It's full of all the horrible stuff, right? So if we keep listening, if we keep pumping this negative stuff into our head, what sort of people will we become? Well, we'll become a negative, pessimistic person that doesn't believe in anything and thinks that everything is horrible, right? So instead of watching news on television, I instead choose to watch something motivational or inspirational or educational. Instead of reading newspapers, hey Peter, welcome along. Instead of reading newspaper in the morning, full of negativity, I rather read something positive, right? I read maybe a book or I read an article or something that is more motivational, more inspirational, will make me more happy instead of making me sad and depressed and pessimistic. And again, when I'm driving, I turned my car into mobile university. So instead of listening to news when I'm driving around, I listen to different audio programs by Jim Rohn, by Tony Robbins, by Zig Ziglar, by Tom Hopkins, by Deepak Chopra, etc. I have loads of those different CDs in my car, and when I'm driving, I'm basically educating myself, and I'm putting positive stuff into my head instead of putting negative stuff, right? And that again helps me to get better results, to achieve more in life. The third law is the law of belief. Now, the law of belief says that you always act in a manner consistent with your beliefs. So what that basically means, you cannot act outside of your beliefs. If you believe that all you can earn is 1,000 a month, then that's exactly what you're going to be earning. You will never earn more than that because it's outside of your beliefs, right? If you believe that you cannot ride a bike, then you will never ride it, right? Because you've already made a decision, you already believe that you cannot ride a bike, right? So we can only change again our life and change conditions in our life if we change our beliefs. Hey Polly, welcome along. So we have to change our beliefs in order to start changing the conditions within our life. So if you want to earn more money, first thing to do is to believe that you deserve more money, to believe that you are able to earn more money, and then you can start earning more money. If you want to get a better job, first you have to believe that you are worthy of a better job, that you can get a better job, right? And beliefs lead to actions. Once you start believing something, then that will lead to action. You're actually going to take action. Because if you don't believe it, you're never going to act on it, right? So once you believe it, you can take action towards it and you will move. And actions then will lead to results, right? And results basically will give you the things that you want. The results are basically the fruits, right, of your work, right? So they always say that action is a bridge between what's in your head and between reality. So if you want something to manifest in your life, if you want to have something in your life and you think, okay, I'd like to have that car, right? That's at the moment that car is just in your head. But for it to be real on your driveway outside your house, there has to be a bridge. And the bridge between your thoughts and reality is action. So when you think, okay, I want that car, and then you take action on finding out where to get that car, how much does it cost, you start saving money for it, etc. And then voila, it becomes a reality, right? So action is necessary for that. Too many people want things in their life, but they don't want to take action. They don't want to do anything in order for it to happen. And of course, it doesn't happen, right? And the worst thing that we can have is have self-limiting beliefs, where we go, oh, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not young enough, or I'm too old, or I'm, not good enough, or I'm black, or I'm blue, I'm yellow, I'm white, or whatever, right? We start, a lot of people have these limiting beliefs where they stop themselves before they even start because they believe things that they've been conditioned. Maybe their parents said these things, maybe their family said these things, maybe they were told these things in school, that you are not good, you're not smart, you're this and that and the other, and they start believing these things inside their head, that now I can't do that because I'm not smart like these guys, like these people can become successful, but not me, I'm not smart enough, etc. And that's the worst thing you can think, right? The fourth law that I wanted to share with you today is the law of expectation. And the law of expectation says that whatever you expect with confidence becomes your self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you expect things to turn out right, very often they will turn out right. So one of the best ways to to create your future is to actually expect it to be that way. So when you go for a job interview, if you expect it to go well, it will go well. If you go on holiday and if you expect it to be a great holiday, it will be a good holiday. But guess what most people do? Hey Leanne, welcome along. What most people do, instead of expecting positively, they worry. And worry is like the opposite of positive expectations, because worry is basically expecting negative things to happen. He's thinking, oh, well, what if that happens? Or what if this happens? Or what if that happens? And when you do that, that's like negative goal setting. You're basically programming your mind to think, oh, it's going to be bad, it's going to be horrible, etc. And the more you think about that, the bigger the chance that it will happen, because you're expecting it, right? So again, one of the ways to change that is to start consciously building this muscle of expectations, right? If you have an interview with somebody, or if you've got a business meeting, or if you've got a sales presentation or whatever, you need to start expecting that I expect it to be great. I expect it to go well. I expect things to happen fantastically, right? And more often than not, it will start happening that way, because when you expect things to go great, you are more confident, you believe in yourself more, and you go there and you achieve those results and you go, yes, I expected it and it happened, right? So expectations is really, really important. And to use this law, you can get a lot more done and you can achieve a lot more, right? So you don't get what you want, you get what you expect. So expect better things to happen, and they will happen, right? So that's law number 4. Law number 5 is law of attraction. Law of attraction. And humans are like magnets. We attract things into our lives, right? Positive or negative, right? So if you can think about something with intense emotion and clarity, and keep it in your mind, you will attract it into your life. There is no other way around it. You will start attracting those things into your life. So if you want to become a successful business person, right? If you focus on that and if you keep thinking about it, what happens is your mind will start noticing situations. Hey Laura, welcome along. Your mind will start noticing things and situations which will help you to achieve that particular goal, right? So you basically act like a magnet. Hey Emma. So what you want to do is always keep programming your mind and thinking about things that you want to achieve. Again, many people use this in the wrong way because they keep thinking about things they don't want, or they keep thinking about things they're worried about. They keep thinking about bad things, and what happens? They attract more of that, right? So if you think about crap, you attract more crap, right? But if you think about positive things, you attract more positive. Let me give you an example. Maybe someday you've decided to buy a brand new car, or maybe you bought a brand new car. And what happens is you start noticing that car, that particular brand of car, everywhere in town. Or you buy a brand new jumper, or you buy a brand new shoes, and then you start noticing other people wearing those shoes or wearing that jumper. Now, why does that happen? It doesn't happen by chance or by a mistake. It happens because once you bought that particular thing, your mind focused on it, and then you start noticing it everywhere else. Your brain says, oh, there it is, and there it is, and there it is, and there it is, right? Because it now focused on it. Exactly the same way you can focus on other things. So, for example, let's say you want to recruit more people into your team, or you want to sell more products, or you want to get a better job, or you want to find your ideal spouse, or whatever. If you focus your mind on that thing and you start thinking about it all the time, what happens is your brain will start looking for opportunities or for situations or for people that would help you to achieve those things. And you start attracting those things like a magnet, right? Pretty cool, isn't it? And it's pretty powerful, but you have to use your brain like a muscle. You have to start using it consciously and work for this, right? Because to begin with, it's not going to be natural. It's not going to be just working like that, right? Hey, Salama. So it's really, really important. Law number 6 is the law of correspondence. The law of correspondence. And the law of correspondence says that your outer world corresponds like a mirror with your inner world. So basically what is inside is going to manifest outside. So you cannot expect beautiful world around if you don't have beautiful inside. What I mean by that is, again, your thoughts will be reflected on the outside. So if you keep thinking negative stuff, then it will be reflected on your outer world and you'll see more negative things outside. But if you start thinking more positive things and you start reading positive stuff and you start listening to positive stuff, etc., then you'll start basically reflecting like a mirror more positive things outside, right? So you want to create an inner world that is consistent with your outer world, right? That you wish to enjoy, right? So if there's things happening in your mind right now, and one of the things that I always teach people is, don't think negative, right? Don't think negative about yourself or about what's going to happen, but also don't think negative about other people. Don't go in your mind, oh, that person is so-and-so and that person is that. Don't talk bad about other people. Don't think bad about other people, because that, again, thinking those negative things will create more negative things outside. Instead, try and change that. Every time you catch yourself with a negative thought, try to swap it for a positive, right? And go on what I call 21-day positive mental diet. And the more you think positive, the more you'll start seeing more positive things around you, right? You will start creating your outer world by changing your inner world, by changing your psychology, right? And the last law, number 7, is the law of superconscious activity, or other people call it the law of universe. And this law works continuously 24 hours a day, right? And basically, that law can help you to overcome any obstacles on the way to your goal, right? And some people call it intuition or gut feeling, right? Other people call it, the sixth sense or whatever, right? But it basically brings the right answer at exactly the right time. So again, very often when you work intensely on something, you focus intensely on something, all of a sudden at one moment, boom, the answer comes. And you go, aha! That's it. That's what I've been looking for. That's the solution I've been looking for. Now, you might think that's just a coincidence, but the law of superconscious activity says that this is not coincidence. It comes from the universe or from God or from whatever you believe in, but it comes from an external source to you at exactly the right time, right? And it brings exactly the right answer at exactly the right time when you actually need it, right? And when you get this answer, when you get that activity, hey Gerda, when you get that idea or when you get that answer, the key is to take action immediately, to act on it as soon as you can, right? Instead of leaving it out, because if you leave it, it will disappear, right? Good ideas is like mining for gold, Rarely do you get interrupted by a good idea, right? So when you get a good idea, write it down somewhere, right? Get a book on that topic if you need to, or call somebody or whatever, but act on that idea straight away before it disappears. Because if you don't, it will disappear and you'll forget about it, etc. And millions of great ideas like that die every single day because people simply don't act on those great ideas when they first come, right? So as soon as you get a great idea, oh, I should do that, or I should try this, or I should practice that, straight away act on it. Do something that will move you towards that, right? So one of the ways to do this is actually setting goals. Writing down your goals, what you want to achieve with clarity, will help you to then move towards the things that you want to achieve in your life. So again, very many people, they want their life to change and they want to have better life and better things and they want to live in their dream home, drive a dream car, etc. But they've never sat down and wrote down their goals. Hey Sarah, so one of the most important things is to actually sit down and spend some time writing out your goals. What do I want to achieve? What car I want to drive, and what house do I want to live in, and what sort of income I like to earn, and what sort of family and relationships I'd like to have. Hey Remigius, So basically, writing down your goals is one of the greatest ways to activate this law of superconscious activity, to activate this universe in helping you to achieve the things that you want to achieve, right? And it's activated also by visualization, right? So once you've written your goal, you can visualize those things, right? Either in the morning when you just wake up, or in the evening just before you go to bed, you can actually visualize those things and think about, okay, how would it look like? You know, maybe you want to go on a particular holiday or whatever. So imagine how it would look like, right? What would it be like? You know, how would it feel like? Hey, Isaiah, right? So it's really, really important that visualization will help you to imagine. You know, some people, for example, they have what they call vision boards. They have a board where they put pictures of all their goals, of all the things they want to achieve. And every day they see that vision board in front of them. And just by basically seeing it consistently, that dream car or dream house or dream holiday or whatever, it starts manifesting it in their life. They start achieving it in their life because they've been focused on it so much. And we already spoke about all the other laws that work on the things when you focus on them, right? And this law, basically, what it does, it releases ideas and energy needed to achieve those goals, right? And it's a source of free energy, you know, so you get that energy when you focus on those things that actually drive you. Hey, Beatrice. So it's really, really great law to use on a consistent, on a daily basis, in order for you to achieve your goals, in order for you to achieve your dreams, right? So goal orientation is key for this law, right? So guys, thanks very much for watching it. If you got some value from this training, do please share this video and write in the comments that you shared. So this way I can thank you personally for doing that. And also, if you got some insights from this, if you got an idea or aha moment from this training, feel free to comment below and let me know what were your takeaways from this training, or maybe what you want to do after hearing this training, or what maybe you will use in your life, etc. So thanks very much, and you have a great day, guys. I'll see you at the top.